Hi, everyone. Welcome to Moms in Real Estate. My name's Angela Fazio, and this week's guest is from Utah. Her name is Lauren Griner, and she is absolutely delightful. I love her story of how she got into real estate, and I know that you will enjoy her just as much as we do. Let's get started.
Angela Fazio is an industry powerhouse who has overseen 40,000 homes sold and $9 billion in production. And Kristen Cantrell is one of the nation's most accomplished team leaders, helping thousands of agents build their businesses. They are passionate about educating, encouraging, and empowering moms in real estate. Our next episode starts now.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Kristen, my beautiful co-host, and welcome, Lauren. Thank you so much for being a guest on our show.
Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited. I'm just giddy. I didn't sleep last night. I'm just so excited.
Well, then, I love that. Then let's start. Tell us about yourself. I can't wait for people to hear your story.
So I started in real estate really young, high school, and school just was never my thing. I just feel like I really badly wanted to love it, and I just didn't. So starting at a really young age, at 15, I started answering phones as a receptionist at a local brokerage here. So I would leave. I would make my classes as sparse as I could in high school. And I did a couple packets online so that I could work after lunchtime. So I would just leave school and go to the office, and I would answer phones until 5 or 5:30. And I kind of just fell in love with the industry. Both my parents are in it. My dad is my broker, which is fun. So I've grown up in it, but I always was I don't want to do that. I don't want to follow my parents' footsteps. I can't do what they do. I need to do my own thing. So growing up, I was I worked at the brokerage and I loved it. But I was I need to find my own thing. So I, was an assistant for a really great team of brothers that's here in Utah. They are very successful, and I learned a lot from them. And while I was assisting for them, I decided I would go to college and try the college scene. And I sucked at it so bad. I think I dropped out every single semester because again, I just wanted to be at work. I loved doing this. I just I loved the people that I worked with. And so I started my real estate classes pretty early on. I think I started them right after my 18th birthday. And I took all my classes, and then I started to try to take my test, and I failed it a million times. And I always hesitate to say that because I'm people are gonna be she's such an idiot because people pass it on their first time. But it took me I think I lost track. So I took it a million times, and I was this just isn't meant for me. I remember one time I took it, and it used to just be 20 minutes away from where our office is now. And I got done, and I would always make the mistake of telling people I was taking it. And so I would get done, and my dad would call or text me Nick, how'd it go? And I would just sob in my car. And so I drove to my mom's office one time after I took it, and she does title and escrow. And so I booked it into her office, and I don't know if she was with a client or what she was doing. And I just went back in her office and slammed the door and laid on her office floor and just sobbed. And I was I'm not meant to do this. I give up. So I took a little break. I redid all my classes. And then once I finally, once my husband and I got married, he was kind of the push to be hey, listen, let's try it again. I think you can do it. So that time I buckled down. I took, I think 3 times that time, and I finally passed. So it was meant to be. It was great, but my journey definitely was a rocky one at first.
I love that you tell that story because people need to know you can't give up. I mean, most people definitely would have given up. My husband failed 5 times, and thank God he kept going because life would be very different. So I don't know.
For sure.
I think people need to hear you say that. That's awesome.
I got my license at 18 too, and I remember sitting in the class and I had no clue what they were talking about. It was so over my head, and they kept, this is how over my head it was. They kept referring to RE/MAX the whole time, and I was what is a RE/MAX? I had no clue what they were talking about, and I lost track of how many times I failed too. It sucked.
It really was so discouraging, and I was I'm going to be a horrible real estate agent. Why am I even doing this? I can't pass these damn tests. I was so frustrated. but I don't know. I think it kind of helps like just install this like grit in me and this like, okay, sense of like, okay, cool. Like this is really what I'm supposed to do. And this is what I'm supposed to be doing in life. And like, it was kind of a road to get there. And that's okay. But like, I'm like so grateful for like where I'm at. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, me too. Oh my gosh. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday for our midweek Mind Freak, it's a podcast that my husband and I do together. We were talking about like things you don't let control you. And one of the things is like looking at your past or maybe dwelling on your past. And I was like, there's only two things you can do with your past. You look at it and you learn from it, or you look at it and it should like bubble up a well of gratitude in you. That is like, I am so thankful because of whatever, no matter what the circumstances are. If you can grit through it like you're talking about, it's always to the positive in some way.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
And you're successful.
You're so cute. Thank you. I'm like, I've made it. I'm here.
So tell us, like, after you finally got your license, what did you decide to do? Did you keep assisting?
I stopped assisting before I got my license. I went back to being a receptionist, and then I guess I still was an assistant. I was assistant for our broker here, which was super fun. So the second I got my license, I just kind of hit the ground running. And I say that very lightly because I feel like I was a new agent, and like it took me about like 6 months. I feel like my uncle surprisingly, very thankfully had a house to sell. And so he let me help him with that. And that was my very first transaction that I did. And so I did that. And I think like, just through working like my sphere of influence, I grew up in Utah. And so kind of having that to lean back on was really nice and fun. But I'm like, everybody knows somebody in real estate. So I was a little bit nervous that way. So I started off, kind of hit the ground running there, and I've just kind of been going ever since. I was in real estate for about a year. And then I don't know if it was a full year. Yeah, probably a year. And I got pregnant with my first son. And he, that was like a great year for me. I actually ended up getting Rookie of the Year for our Central Association of Realtors and our office that year. So Rookie of the Year is like your first 2 years in business, the most business that you've done during those 2 years. And so I was able to kind of do that. And I feel like that was such like an awesome accomplishment for me, because I was like, I didn't know if having a kid, I grew up with like a rock star mom who went to law school and had 6 kids. And like, do you know what I mean? So I feel like I never really have those excuses of being like, well, I have a kid, so I can't do it. So I have big shoes to fill. So I think for me, it was like, oh my gosh, can I do this? And I think like, having that accomplishment really for me was like, oh my gosh, okay, I really can do this. And so after I had him, I listed I have like another house while I was in the hospital with him. Like I was supposed to list a house that morning and went into labor early. I feel like most moms in real estate can like relate to this. I had just had him. Yes, I had just had him. I have a picture. He's like sitting on my chest. And I have my laptop like on the little tray that they give you. And I'm like literally listing a house. And he's just like chilling, like happy as could be. And then I would take him with me. For a long time, my husband, I shouldn't say he didn't have a job because he was going to school. So I put my husband through the majority of his school. So that was like kind of fun. I was like the only one working, which was stressful at times, but it was really nice with our first because I had his help a lot. So we would go like, I would just, like bring him along for showings and, like when I was nursing and things like that. And I would, switch off. He has his license. It's inactive right now just because he like has a different job, but he would kind of help me at the beginning do that. And so it was fun because like Bodie kind of got to grow up. He still is growing up. I like have done, relocation clients where we're viewing houses, like, I'm doing videos for them, video tours. And like Bodie knows what a Rambler versus a 2-story versus like a split level. Do you know what I mean? And he's 5. So it's fun. I think it's just fun to like, have him be a part of it all with me. And then I had my second and it was fun.
But I love what you said about you look at your mom, you called her rock star mom, because one of the things that I just pray that my kids learn and know is that how important hard work is and how important it is to be excellent. And for you to hear, like for me to hear you say that about your mom makes my heart sing. I'm like, isn't that what we want for our kids? Just that to be a good example. And I don't know, that's awesome.
I think your kids totally will.
I think the other thing I was going to say is when you were talking about like in the beginning, like you were not feeling very confident, which of course, when you do something new, that's natural. I think that's extraordinary. If I was interviewing you when you were new and you talked to me like you're talking to me right now, I'd be like, this girl's gonna be a rock star. Right, Kristen?
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing you said too that I hear all the time is like, why would someone choose me when there's so many other people out there? And I think that is everyone's fear, because we have so many real estate agents. And like, what advice would you give to somebody who's feeling like that now that you've been doing this? Like, because it was just 5 years ago that you were feeling like that, 5-6 years ago.
So I got my license. I wasn't 18 because it took me forever to finally figure my stuff out. But I got my license when I was 21. Like, I had just turned 21. And so for me, I was very like uncomfortable and not very confident in the fact that I was like, no one's going to hire someone that's 21 to like list their $700,000 home. Do you know what I mean? And so I was just very like, I know I have the education and I know I have the background. But for me, I feel like the older that I've gotten and the more that I've been in the industry, and even when I was new, the second that I figured out, like, I'm just going to stay true to myself. Like, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. There are different clients out there for everybody. And I think at the beginning, especially on social media, I tried so hard to like put on this very professional. I mean, I think there is a time to be very professional. And I think but I think you can be professional and you can be fun at the same time. And so like when I do my new agent trainings, like here at the office, I always tell them, you know, you're not everybody's cup of tea, and you got to show people who you really are, because people want to work with who they know and who they like. Like, I don't want to spend 5 hours of my day with somebody if I don't like them looking at houses. Do you know what I mean? And so I say that in my listing presentations. I say that to my buyers, you know, like, listen, if you don't like the person sitting across from you, it's probably, you're not going to like me in 2 weeks. So, and that's okay. Like, no feelings hurt there. So I think you just have to stay true to yourself and just really understand, like, you know what you're doing. Like, you're in this industry for a reason, and you're going to kill it if you just stay true to yourself and not try to be somebody else that you're not. Like, be you, be that rock star, like, just keep it with the grit. And like, I don't know. I just like, that's like the biggest thing for me is just stay true to you. And like, you're going to attract those people that love you and want to be surrounded by you anyways. That's the truth.
Kristen and I were just talking about one thing that we really value in people is a sense of humor. And
yes.
We met somebody who doesn't have one.
I know.
We're like, I don't think it's going to work.
Funniest joke ever. And everyone was laughing, and this girl was just like,
she's up.
And I was like, oh man. I was like, just kidding.
Not gonna work.
Oh, that's funny. I know. I feel like exactly that. Like, I just feel like sometimes like I'll meet people and I'm like, yeah, that's just not, that relationship just, it's not gonna go. Like, I just can't. Like, I'm not gonna be myself around them. And so I don't want to be this, you know, like I feel like I'm acting like I'm not professional right now. I really am, I promise. You know what I mean?
Professional. I can't stop staring at your haircut. All I want to do is chop my hair sitting here with you.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I promise. I mean, I don't know. You would rock some short hair.
Show us your nails.
Look good in anything.
I feel like I have to explain my nails. So today's my birthday.
Oh,
and thank you. So I'm totally lame, and I normally throw like these pretty big client appreciation parties. It's something that I love to do. My husband would tell you I'm like a self-proclaimed party planner. But I'm not really throwing one this year because of like coronavirus and all that stuff. So we decided to throw like my own birthday party, which is tomorrow, but it's like a neon dance party with some of our friends. And so that's the nail situation. So I'm not normally this crazy.
That was Do you know that in Hawaii, they banned gatherings of 5 or more, so you couldn't even have your party if you were there?
I would cry. I would be so sad because it's going to be fun. Like, I think we can have up to like 100 people here. I think Utah's been pretty good. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm trying to like abide by the rules. Invited? Yes, come. Fly in. It's tomorrow night. It's going to be fun. I got a DJ. It'll be a blast. Ice cream sandwiches.
Nice.
Kahlua inside?
Yes.
You know, that's a really good ice cream sandwich. You put some Kahlua and ice cream. And
yeah. Oh, yeah.
That would be really good.
That is really good. Tell us about your mentoring that you do or that you love.
Yes. So a couple of years ago, I just felt like, again, because I failed my real estate test 9 million times, I felt like agents coming into the industry weren't received, like they weren't ready to kind of hit the ground running. Like they got their license, and that's great. But school, unfortunately, I don't feel like teaches you what you really need to know about doing like an actual real estate transaction. So I approached both of my brokers here. I'm at my brokerage, and I just said, hey, I want to do a new agent, I want to do new agent classes. I want to teach these new agents how to do a transaction from start to finish. I want to teach them what a home warranty is and how to handle buyers and how to do a CMA and how to run the MLS and all these kind of things. And so I started that about 2.5 years ago, and I have loved it. So I train twice a week. Right now I think we have 19 new agents that I kind of see and mentor. And it's fun just because I get to be there at the beginning of their success. And then, when they become crazy successful down the road, it's so fun to see that. I feel like we're in an industry where sometimes it can be so cutthroat. But if there's one thing I've learned, there's enough success for everyone to go around. And I never want to be that person that's at the top of my success mountain. And I'm by myself. I want to have all these people surrounding me and this team of people that either I've helped or have helped me. And I also just feel like because of the mentoring that I received so early on, it was like my way to kind of give back. And so we do new agent trainings on Mondays, and then we do business development trainings on Wednesdays. Those are like everything from how to run your Facebook and Instagram, how to grow your following on those, how to create a sphere of influence, all that fun stuff. So I love the trainings that I do. I'm very passionate about them. And especially just, like mentoring those new agents and being someone that they can call and be like, hey, I don't know how to write this offer. Like remind me what earnest money is again and things like that. I just feel like you need somebody that you don't feel stupid asking the, questions that you feel like are dumb questions, but they're really not. Like everybody has them. They're just too scared to ask them.
And your energy would be like perfect for new agents. Like I feel like I could come to you and ask you anything and I wouldn't feel stupid.
Oh, that's the nicest thing.
I have that mama mentor vibe going on.
Yeah, no, I love that. Thank you. I hope that that's how they feel, just because I really do look at them just like I want them to be so successful. I want to go on listing appointments with, I always am like, I'll go on listing appointments with you and you can tell I'm your assistant or whatever. Like I'm happy to do whatever you need me to do to help you feel like you can be successful, because it is sometimes such an intimidating industry. Yeah. You need somebody to look to be like, hey, I got you. I can help you. And that's not going to take advantage of you, because there are people out there, unfortunately, that, will step on your toes and kind of, take advantage of you. And that sucks, but you have to find your tribe. You have to find the right people that love you and care about you and genuinely want you to succeed.
I agree. I love the servant heart attitude that you have. It's like, I wish everyone had that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So go ahead, Kristen.
We definitely we share that same passion where we just want everybody to be successful. And what is success for just yourself? You want to bring other people up, and we definitely share the same values.
Yeah, I know. You guys are amazing. You two are incredible. Let's just talk about that for a minute.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we're going to have you back on this show. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I know. I would love that. I would love that so much.
And I want to thank you so much for sharing your heart and sharing your being authentic about the struggles. And I have no doubt that your success will continue to grow, and you'll be blessed. So I just appreciate your time with us. So keep watching, you guys. Share this with other people. People need to hear from Lauren. Thank you, my beautiful co-host. And thank you, Lauren, again. Stay on after we pop off, okay?
Hey, sounds good. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, and if anybody has any moms that they want to be on the podcast, please let us know. We're always looking for amazing women just like Lauren.
That's right. Reach out.
Guys.
Bye.